Everybody, Jonathan, Las Vegas Collectibles. I got another quick video. I just want to challenge your thought process. First, before I get into it, doesn't matter what collectible you're into, whether it's sports cards, whether it's cars, comic books, trading cards, watches. This guy, James Cards FC, put out an amazing video defining and explaining Fomo and over the last 2 years of our existence. Please watch his video. It can apply to anything you're doing. Does a great job. Give him a try, please. So really quickly, I'm going to talk about Hasbro. Sports Card Dad even talked about it. He's alluding to how the fall of Hasbro stock prices and their actions with Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering, how that can apply to sports cards, and will it apply to sports cards? And so then you have this guy, Dual Brain, put out a couple videos. His most recent one talking about boycotting Hasbro. Of course, the legend that is Rudy, and talking about the financials and the stock valuation and how don't buy anything and blah, blah, blah. He only wants you to buy set boxes and collector boxes, but very limited and like all of this stuff. You got people talking about the recession right now. Again, like I said, he put out 2 videos. And then this was interesting. Talk about some FOMO. People spending a bunch of money, allegedly. I don't know if it's shill bidding or what. Spending a bunch of money on 30th anniversary, the new release for Magic the Gathering on the Mox is the Power 9. Anyways, Hasbro. What do you think the next logical step is? And again, this is going to be a short video. I want to put a challenge out to everybody. They've been overprinting, like all collectible manufacturers. Doesn't matter what you're talking about. Comic books, trading cards, sports cards, it's all the same. Everybody's been rushing to market to try to capitalize on all the demand out there, all that free money. And they were just trying to, basically they just threw out a big old net with all their products, as many products as they can, to try to capture as many dollar bills as they can. And so people now are reacting extremely negative, right? And it's not just because of their overprinting, it's also because of the global economic situation as well. So what do you think the next logical step is? Like, seriously. They're going to reduce the amount of products and prints of any of their collectibles, it doesn't matter what you're talking about, to match the new demand moving forward, their forecasted demand. And so all these content creators that are saying boycott Hasbro, that are saying, it's ruining Magic, they're all going to be right? They're all going to be right. Because in a year from now, not even, in like 6 months from now, Hasbro is going to reduce their product line because it's the next logical step. They're going to produce to the level of demand that they forecast. So all these content creators are saying boycott Hasbro. And you're going to see that people spend less and less on today's products. But does that have anything to do with any of these content creators? No. People are going to buy less regardless because of the economic situation we're in. So they're all going to be right, basically, right? All these people are going to be right. And it has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with what they're saying. The natural, most logical next step is for people to stop buying. It's been like that over the last 3 months. They're going to stop buying. They have stopped buying all collectibles, not just Magic. And so what does that do? It creates new forecasts for all the producers. And so it takes time to get to market. And so the demand has already changed, and they're already in the process of changing everything. They already are. Next year, you're not going to see as many products. You're not going to see as large of print runs. You're not. Just like with all other collectibles. It has nothing to do with these content creators. The next logical step is reduced physical products. Now, my question to you and my challenge to you, all the people that are now leaving, do you think the majority of them were the quick flippers, the quote-unquote investors, the collectors, or in this case with Magic, the players? I truly believe through all collectibles, the flippers are going to be gone. The investors are going to be cut in half. Collectors, I think there are actually going to be more collectors than there were previously, like true collectors before pandemic. And then as far as players go, I think we're going to lose about 25% of the players. So where do all those people go? They're going to go to whatever's easiest, first of all. And then second of all, they're going to go where the FOMO takes them. So markets, whatever market it is, rise and fall with FOMO. The hype cycle, like Josh Luber said in his white paper. Ooh, he made a white paper. Markets will ebb and flow in the same direction as FOMO. So right now, everybody's getting out of collectibles. Right now, everybody's getting out of crypto. Right now, everybody's not buying new homes. They're not refinancing. If you do, you're actually the black sheep. You're actually looked at as kind of stupid. Like, you're buying now? Interest rates are so high. You're buying Magic the Gathering? Who buys Magic the Gathering? You're buying sports cards? Who does that? That's not cool anymore. You know, and like I said, this guy, James Cards FC, he does a great job explaining that. So the FOMO in all these markets is dead for collectibles. But it's not that it's gone. It just changed directions and is pointed somewhere else. I don't believe FOMO ever dies. Flippers chase the FOMO. I believe short-term investors chase the FOMO. I believe a lot of collectors who are like new collectors to whatever it is. I don't care if it's oil cans or comic books. They chase the FOMO. A lot of players chase the FOMO, right? A lot of players started Flesh and Blood because of the FOMO. So the FOMO didn't die. It just faced somewhere else and is now pointed in a different direction. And so people will follow the FOMO. So where the FOMO goes, prices will rise. And where it leaves, prices will fall. And right now, everybody's leaving. So everybody thinks, you know, Hasbro stock falling because they're destroying Magic the Gathering and all this stuff. Oh, they have to change their ways. Well, they're going to. But the FOMO will not return. The FOMO has now left the building, and it will not be pointed back to Magic the Gathering, especially cardboard. For many years, if ever, it may never get pointed back. Same thing with sports cards, comic books, all of it. It will take an extreme black swan event like we've already had, like I said, years of 0% interest, free money for everybody, and nobody has to work anymore for that FOMO to get pointed back into this direction of collectibles. It's gone. It's just gone. So what does that mean? They're going to reduce the print runs. They're going to reduce the number of products released every year. They're probably going to reduce the actual number of SKUs, like all the different packages and all the different brands. Same thing in sports cards. You're going to have a reduced number of total available products. It's just the next logical step. But the question is, when all those people leave, where are they going? I don't know. But how many of them will go to different comparable assets, or not assets, comparable items, like digital? Additionally, if Hasbro did do all this on purpose, like I discussed, if they did, and they just crushed their stock price, and they're at the bottom, and they might continue to lose through the holidays until Q4 financials come out in Q1 of next year. They might continue to lose stock price. They're going to do some changes, whether or not they actually matter, or if they're just like changing CFO like they did, just to kind of give the public the appearance that they're changing something. You know, they'll make some more leadership changes. So as it continues to fall, the stock price, the amount of money that they make in cardboard, what's the next logical step? They're going to show their investors how profitable they are afterwards, because they've cut costs by reducing the number of products. They've cut costs. by reducing the number of employees, because they're going to cut off people too. Everybody's going to lose employees. They're going to cut costs by focusing on high profit margin activities like digital and Entertainment One for Transformers movies next year. It's all right in front of you. It's all right in front of all of us. And it has nothing to do with them caring about Magic the Gathering and cardboard. It has nothing to do with them caring about, the players, you, me, anybody. No. So much money was poured into the economy where we all spent it on stuff that jacked up prices on things that shouldn't have been jacked up. So they have to get back down. They have to take that money back out of the economy because it shouldn't have been there in the first place. So how do you get all that out? How do you cause things to fail? Hasbro knows that their stock price has been inflated. Hasbro knows all these things, that it's not sustainable. What they're doing is not sustainable. They know that. So there's two ways to really get in front of it. You drive it into the dirt on purpose, or you scale back preemptively and try to like preserve as much of the stock price as you can. Right? You either do something to prevent loss, and you either slowly lose value, or you're like, screw it, let's just nosedive and then climb back up. So I believe Hasbro took the screw it, we're just going to drive this right into the ground, and then when we pull back up and we get out of here, we're going to look like heroes. So you can either do that, or you could try to gradually go down slowly. I believe that they chose purposeful destruction to drive it into the ground, and so they all look like heroes when they pull it back out. And I believe you're going to see a lot of their celebrities, a lot of their paid marketing strategy go towards digital moving forward, because they don't want all the extra overhead and costs. You're going to see the elimination of WPN. You're going to see the elimination of a lot of the LGSs carrying their products. Or if they do, it'll just be at a very small quantity. You're going to see the increase of Amazon. We all know it. Hasbro is going direct to consumer, focusing on digital with their marketing moving forward, focused on their Entertainment One brand, and cardboard is just going to go the way of Monopoly. It's going to sit on the shelf at Walmart, and it'll always be there for anybody that wants to play. Take care, everybody.